We got a little Sayori kiss. What? Come on, Chloe. We're gonna be late to school. Zoe starts skipping down the sidewalk as if nothing had happened. For a moment, I am left starstruck and dazed. Was that the first time a girl other than my own mother had kissed me on the cheek? Wait a minute. I come to the sudden realization that Sayori had set all of this up. Not bad, Sayori. But we both know who's really better. Hey, wait! Wait! Sayori, get back here! I start running after Sayori. Sayori seems to be blissfully unaware that I'm barreling down the sidewalk to catch up to her. Sayori! Sayori turns around to see me. I'm going to get you for that! Back for that! You have to catch me first! You know that I usually do. Forgot to use the master attack again, didn't you? Wait. Eek! Chloe's going to get me! You can't run! I call up playfully. I end up chasing Sayori the rest of the way to school as the rest of the neighborhood watches on with a mix of bewilderment and amusement on their faces. But I didn't care. To be frank, I would just think it's fun. I'm just glad that I'm still able to be like my younger self sometimes around Sayori. She never really failed to bring that side of me out of me when she wants to. Side of me. Unsurprisingly, since we ran all the way to school, we ended up arriving to school relatively early. To help pass the time, Sarah and I walk up and down the fairly empty hallways, though it was just mostly us trying to recover from earlier. Still silently processing the fact that Sayori somehow managed to pull all of this off. Sometimes I forget that behind Sayori's sweet, innocent act is someone who's truly capable of being sneaky and making it work when she wants to. It's good to see that part of her hasn't changed. I love to keep my eye on her. Not that I would have any problem doing that anyways. I have to admit, Chloe, you're still the fastest guy I know. Aw, jeez. I'm nowhere near as fast as I used to be. True, but even now, you'd be great for the school's track team. I think being in one club enough for now. I think being in the club's enough for now, Sayori. Not to mention, I was never really the sportsy type. But you'd be so good at it though. Well, if I put down my controller and went outside more, then maybe. But going outside isn't on my schedule for a while. Chloe. Just before Sarah could finish her retort, we hear the bell ring throughout the school, signifying the start of another school day. Well, I guess our discussion for my exercising routine will have to wait for later. Sarah lets out a small giggle. Alright, Chloe. I'll see you after your class. Can't wait. Sarah suddenly gets up close to me again, like how she did earlier. Does she want me to... Are we at that stage of our relationship? With my heart beating out of my chest as I lose any and all ability to coherently function. I close my eyes again. I lean into Sayori. Oh wow, you guys are a thing? Open my eyes. I see a guy walking past us down the hallway. Oh great. It's Keith. Oh no! Not Keith! Is it just my imagination or has there been someone else in a mod named Keith that was evil? Or like a bully or something? I don't know, Or is it from another book or something? The name Keith it's some part of me is telling me right now that Keith has been used before as like some type of bully or antagonistic character in a mod before. Am I wrong? I don't know where my brain is getting it from. This is still making me anxious. Sid backs up and tries to act as if nothing was happening. Hey, screw off, Keith! Are you still trying to make that mixtape? The one with your crappy Nightcore remixes? Hey! Night Chorus! Great! I see the look on Keith's face completely drained. Come on, Chloe! Nightcore is real music. It's fast music. We both know that. If Nightcore's real music, then our generation is screwed. But isn't Nightcore's literally just music but sped up? Therefore still music, just sped up. And usually with anime girls in the background. Keith gives me a bewildered look but doesn't tease further, clearly trying to give us some space as he walks further down the hall and turns the corner. Ah, Keith. Interesting guy. I turn back to Sayori, who has a rather disappointed look on her face. I guess we do need to be a little bit more careful about where and when we do these things, huh? Come on, Chloe. What? What do you have against Keith? Nothing. We just have different tastes in music, that's all. We handled the music at the festival last year when we were first years. Ah, so we are second years in this mod. Okay, that's good to know. His remixes were so bad, I ended up going home early because I couldn't stand it. I was already reading while drinking and just... Aside from his quirks and occasional moments of cringe, she really isn't that bad of a guy. Well then... But wasn't there a Keith that was bad in some other mod? My brain is telling me that there's a Keith that was bad somewhere. We just have that sort of relationship, Sayori. Kinda like how we have ours. I see. I'll see you later, Chloe. Later. Sayori and I briefly embrace each other before scurrying off to our classes. As usual, my classes are unexciting and feel like they drag on forever. I'm fairly certain that most of the things they're teaching us now are never going to be used in our day-to-day lives post-high school and college. I'm not that old. But I have a bit of experience outside of high school. I never went to college or anything like that, so. But I went to, I think it's called vocationary school? Like when you go to work and there's like, and they still send you to a specific type of school. I think it's vocationary school, or definitely something with Vo at the beginning. And like, from, you have like, work and school. And you go to that school. And there are specific lessons there that are important for your work. I went to that. For that I still needed quite a bit of my high school things. But depending on the lessons. Well, math is honestly not that necessary for me personally, aside of when I am currently trying to improve drawing backgrounds for the characters I'm writing, making the rooms a little bit. And for that, geometry and things in that direction can be a little bit important. And what we learned in art classes too. German is still important to me. English, well, I learned the majority of my English outside of school, so... But still. Ethics? I mean, I suppose... What we discussed in ethics, like also philosophy-wise and everything, I still kind of use that. But simply because philosophy and everything interests me. I don't know if you're not as interested in it if you'd really... still connect much with the topics that were discussed in those lessons. Sports. There are only specific sports I can do thanks to my foot. I can't remember all lessons I had. In my last few years I didn't have music or anything like that, or geography. Oh, history was one big thing. I think it's still important. I still have some lessons there that both interest me and stick out to me. Although a lot of history knowledge I have also comes more from outside sources, because the things we discussed were usually just the revolution, a little bit of how the Third Reich came to be. I don't know if there could be any problems if I say the name of the leader. I don't know, I'm kind of anxious about that for some reason. I like saying fuck, but that crosses the line. But we also, I remember at the beginning, 5th or 6th class, I think we had something with Egypt. That really interested me. I really like things with Egypt and Rome and all of those things. I don't know, I still have books of those things as well. Some of them were like more for children, more interactive, where you can open things and you can... there are like games that they played where there are the rules everywhere and a little board in the book where, with little figures you can get out of one of the things in the book so that you can play the game there and everything. I have still these books because I really enjoyed them and because they were a big part of my childhood. I would use... not just for the historic aspects, but I would use them to like have like fantasy things, like this is the book that my mother gave me before she disappeared, and I think it will help me find her, or something like that. For some reason I was always a guy though. I don't know what I had. I think that developed when I started playing with other girls, and for some reason none of them wanted to be guys, so I ended up being the guy. But I remember I often played guys especially when I played with others. Whatever. Not that I've given much thought to my future anyways. Just went on a ramble there. With the sound of the final bell, everyone packs up their things and starts flooding out the door in a rush to get to their clubs or get back home. Fortunately, this time, I'm one of the first few out. As I stand outside the classroom seeing all the other students flooding through the hallway, I'm able to somehow hear Sayori call out to me. Chloe! Chloe! I turn to my right to see Sayori standing there waving at me. Yep, that's definitely her. I walk over to join her. Hey, Sayori! Hey, Chloe! You definitely seem to be in a good mood. Just because it's time for the literature club, silly! And because I can't wait to spend more time with you. I feel a smile form across my lips. Well, let's go! So we happily nods as we begin our walk to the club room. We arrive at the club room with the usual scene greeting us. Yuri is in her usual spot intently reading her book, while Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet, doing who knows what. I see Monica at the teacher's desk at the front of the room, apparently working on something. However, Monica quickly notices us and flashes us a smile. Hey guys! Hey Monica! You guys seem to be doing well today. Yeah, today's been great! That's good to hear, Sayori. How about you, Chloe? How's your day been so far? The way Monica says her question sends a familiar chill down my spine. Give me a moment. The light outside turned on again. I'm trying to see if there's some type of cat outside. We sometimes have cats. But it's currently very cold outside, and I'm always a bit concerned for the cats around here. And I don't see anything. There's a motion sensor outside. Like from my window, I can see the I'm not exactly sure if it's a porch or more of a... It's part of another house, and there are motion sensor lights. But I can't see what it's sensing. Maybe it's a ghost. Did I read that? Oh, kind of like the one I felt in my dream last night. I think I did. Probably, yeah. It's sensing Monica's ghost! The true Monica has escaped from the confines of whatever this character is. I'm being too harsh. We'll see. Maybe there are some good and some not so good parts. That tends to happen often with mods. I don't remember how old this mod is, but if it's a bit of an older mod, then especially. it has a tendency to struck with the characters here and there. I brushed the feeling off. Oh, it's been alright, I guess. Well, with a little literature, I'm sure will make your day phenomenal, Chloe. Isn't that right, Sayori? You know it! You guys, go get settled. I need to work on something, and then I have something to share with everyone. That's awesome, Monica! I can't wait! Sayori happily walks to her usual spot and sets her things down. I'm a little intrigued at what Monica's announcement is, so I decide to indulge in my curiosity. I turn to Monica. So, what's the announcement? Oh, come on, Chloe! It's a surprise! And I can't spoil the surprise that's meant for everyone, now can I? Fair enough. So, how are things with you and Sayori? My mind goes completely blank for a split second until I realize that Monica's the only one who knows what Sayori and I are that Sayori and I are a couple. I want to say what we are up to. Oh, well, things are going well, I guess. She can be a bit of a handful at times, you know. Monica lets out a small laugh. Well, that's Sayori. But I'm glad to hear that things are going well between you guys. Thanks, Monica. Well, hey, if you ever need any advice, I'd be more than happy to help. I just love seeing the two of you being happy together. I'm surprised Monica's taking such a serious investment in my relationship with Sayori. I guess her and Sayori are bigger friends than I first realized. Well, it helps to have someone to turn to in case I need advice. I'm not sure. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks, Monica. Well, I don't want to keep you any longer from her than I should, so... No, you're fine, Monica. Thank you. No problem. If you want to talk more, I'll be here. I've actually been working on this poem since last night, if you want to see how it turned out. I'll certainly keep that in mind, Monica. Monica smiles as she turns and heads back to the teacher's desk. I turn to face the rest of the room with everyone doing their respective activities. Well, it makes no sense for me to stand out in open like this. I wonder if I ever go with another girl for very long. Maybe I'll try that with one of the routes as really just a final episode. I know some people probably don't care as much about the reviewing than about the playing anyway. So that I have like a little something in the background where like a few little events as the last episode rather than just having the end of a route and then the review, because that means only people who are kind of a bit curious about it can take interest in that. Anyway, I'm going to Sayori Route full on right now, so I decided to see how Sayori was doing. Hey, Sayori! Oh, hey, Chloe! Sayori smiles as I take a seat next to her. So, what were you asking Monica about? Oh, I just wanted to if I could get a little peek at what your announcement is going to be. Chloe! She's going to tell all of us, you know! It's not nice to be nosy. I know. That's so like you, though! I let out a small chuckle. I guess some things never change, do they? Yeah, guess not. Sayori looks off to the front of the room. So, how have things been with you today? I guess things have been alright. Though I don't know if things have really changed or not. Sayori's voice trails off. I just still feel the same. Gently takes Sayori's hand. Sayori, look at me. Sayori looks at me as tears well within her eyes. What's wrong? I don't know, Chloe. What do you mean? Sayori nervously swallows. I thought that I'd be so much happier now that we're together. And while seeing you and spending time helps drive the rain clouds away for a little while, they just come back sooner or later, Chloe. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. Why does it keep happening, Chloe? Without thinking, I take Sayori into my arms. Sayori, listen to me. Another small scene. I wonder if we'll have... how many images we'll have for each. Another hug scene this time around. I don't really know how to help you through this, but I'll be there for you every step of the way. That much I can promise. I know I can't wave away what you're feeling right now, But if being with you right now helps, then I hope I'm doing something right. I can feel Sayori tremble as she resists the urge to break down and sob. Just promise me that you'll always be there for me, Chloe. I just need to hear that. I promise you, Sayori. I'd never go back on my word to you. You know that. Sayori slowly pulls away from me. I put my hand on her cheek. Hey, it's okay. You're incredibly strong for putting up with this. Don't give up. I see a mixture of emotions on Sayori's face, as if she's trying to fight back tears while trying not to blush like an idiot. But she's my idiot. She's my Sayori, and I love her. Sayori gently takes both of my hands and holds onto them firmly. Thank you, Chloe. Anytime. Lately my emotions have been all over the place. First, I felt like I was a burden to you, and everyone I knew, and now her voice trails off. What is it, Sayori? Sayori takes a deep breath as she holds my hands tightly. No, I feel like I really shouldn't be here. What do you mean? I don't know. Just the past few days, I've had this feeling that I really shouldn't be here with you, that none of this should have happened. I feel my heart sink into my stomach. Which doesn't mean... I'm not doubting our relationship or anything. It's just... I guess you could say I feel out of place or something. Well, I'll say this, Sayori. I'm glad you're here with me. I wouldn't change any of this for the world. I'm glad that we found our feelings for each other. Sayori's grip on me tightens. Hey, Chloe. Yes, Sayori? I'm going to rest for a little bit, if that's okay with you. Day's been draining. Right, do you want me to leave, or without warning, Sayori plops her head down onto my shoulder, and she is out like a light. Rest easy, Sayori. I mutter softly. Can't help but notice how cute she looks when she looks sleeping on my shoulder. Well, might as well take this opportunity to get some shut-eye myself. Never in a million years did I think I would have ended up with someone like Sayori. Are we going to have another nightmare? I can see him having another nightmare. I can see it with my third eye open. I don't know why I said that. I've been watching too much Mini Minute Man, where there is that's also often a phrase that's said. Not as in he means he has his third eye open, but you know, a guy like me and a girl like her. What are the odds? Speaking of finding, there's no way the others haven't noticed us. I quickly crack open my eyes. I look around the room. Yuri still seems to be into her book. Monica seems to be typing on the teacher's computer, and Natsuki's in the usual spot under the windowsill reading her manga. I have no idea why that was so difficult for me to say just now. There's no way they haven't at least looked up once and saw us like this, overheard what we were saying, since we weren't really being that quiet to begin with. Suddenly, Monica stands up and walks to the front of the room. Okay, everyone, gather around. I have an important announcement to make. Suddenly, Monica and Natsuki's eyes turn to me and Sayori. Yuri, confused as to what's going on, turns around, only to see what Monica and Natsuki are staring at. Thankfully, Sayori dozed off while we were like this, otherwise she'd be incredibly embarrassed. All three girls are looking at us with a bit of an irritated, almost jealous expression on their faces. The pressure! Great. Well, it's up to me to attempt to salvage the situation. Hey, Sayori. I suddenly nudge her. She raises her head to look at me. Wake up, dummy. 5 more minutes like this, please. So he puts her head back on my shoulder. I just can't win today. Monica, Natsuki, and Yuri all look off in different directions, trying to avoid making the situation even more awkward than it already is. Monica has an announcement to make. Come on, let's not make her wait. Okay. Sayori stands up and stretches. But she quickly sees the situation we're in. Immediately, Sayori's face matches her bow. Oh, Sayori, always putting us in these awkward situations. Oh, sorry guys, I was just... Monica shoots Sayori a warm smile. It's alright, Sayori, come on! She gestures for us to come forward toward the front of the room. On my way to the front of the room, Natsuki gives me a friendly punch in the arm. Ouch! What was that for? Hey, what was that for? Nothing. Dummy. Is she also being impacted and therefore more aggressive? And what tsundere-ish? She murmurs it softly and avoids eye contact as she briskly walks past me. Well, that was random. I just hope she isn't jealous of me and Sayori getting so close like that. Hopefully then she won't put me in the hospital. Oh well. Serious, worth the hospital stay. We all take our seats at the front of the room with Monica standing right in front of us. Okay everyone, here's the news. Starting next week, the student newspaper and photography club are going to be going around and doing a profile on all the different clubs. It's part of the biannual Meet the Clubs piece that they do every semester. As of now, there is scheduled to meet with us to do their piece next Monday, so I was hoping that we could think of something that'll really show up the club. Natsuki audibly groans. Is this going to be like the festival again? Monica seems a little taken aback by this, but she tries to shrug it off. No, not really. We won't have to be performing for anyone this time, and I certainly don't think we'll need to put in the same level of preparation for this compared to the festival. But I would appreciate it if we could at least come up with something nice that'll show off the club. Everyone takes a moment to collect their thoughts. After a moment of silence, you is the first to speak up. You know, I did happen to keep the welcome banner we made for the festival. I just need to find it. It's somewhere in my house. Oh, am I baking cupcakes again? Turns out Chloe isn't that bad of a cook. She says that directly looking at me. Natsuki certainly isn't letting what just happened between me and Sayori go. I tried to move past the sudden awkwardness. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Natsuki looks at me with a puzzled look. Nat? Where did that come from? I don't know. I thought it'd be cute if I gave you a little nickname. Normally, Natsuki would shoot me an irritated look before proclaiming to everyone that she isn't cute. But this time, it doesn't even look like she knows how to get properly mad at me. She tries to pout, but I can tell she's forcibly trying to hold back a grin. Are you implying that I'm cute? And if I was? Ugh! Natsuki suddenly looks off in another direction, only becoming more flustered. After about a moment, she turns back to face me, no longer able to contain her grin. I'll let that slide. Just this once. So once again shoots me the same puzzled, quizzical glance she gave me yesterday when Natsuki brought up the time we spent together last Sunday. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to resolve all this and tell Natsuki that I'm with Sayori, as well as tell Sayori everything that happened between Natsuki on Saturday. Me and Natsuki, I think. Hopefully that will put her mind to rest. Thankfully, Monica comes in to seemingly save the situation. I can type up a summary of what we do on a day-to-day basis and write some things down for what we can tell the newspaper. Oh, I know what I can do! Everyone turns to Sayori. I can go to the library and get some books for us to read. I think it'd be a good look when they take pictures of us. Great call, Sayori. As for you, Chloe, do you have any ideas? Take a few moments to think to myself. Suddenly I get an idea. Well, I can bring in some famous poems that we could also use for the photo ops. I think it'd be great to show that there's more to literature than just books. Heck, maybe we can even use some of our own poems as well. I can organize them together like Monica did, but I'll need everyone else's poems. Everyone pauses to reflect on what I just said. That's a good idea, Chloe! I'll hand you all my stuff tomorrow, if that's okay with you. That's perfectly fine. I have all my poems back at my place. I can give them to you later. Same here. I'll give you them at tomorrow's meeting, Chloe. I think I have mine with me. Let me check. Natsuki searches through her bag and retrieves a small stack of papers. Here you go! That should be everything! Natsuki hands me her poems. Thanks, Natsuki. Okay, okay everyone! You all know what to do. That concludes today's meeting. Be sure to find your poems and give them to Chloe. Everyone begins packing their things, mostly talking about their levels of excitement for the upcoming event. As I think to myself, this would probably be the first time I've ever been interviewed by our school's newspaper for anything. I know Monika's been interviewed before, and somehow Sayori has been interviewed before as well. But I guess for Natsuki, you and I, this will be our first time. I feel my anxiety start to rise as I think about it. My train of thought ends as I feel a tap on my shoulder. It's another Monday deadline. I wonder if there's like I said, a deadline there for the routes or something. Ready to walk home, Chloe? Actually, I think I did. I know. Like I said, I noticed that the Monika route that I saw in the place appeared shorter than the other routes, but it's probably just that they skipped the person who recorded the Monika route was a different person than the one who recorded the other routes. I think some of these routes were also Kangamonga in that playlist, I think. And I know the Monika one was 4 videos around 1 hour. So... well, whatever. That's with the skipping portion. So maybe like double the time, 8 hours. For Sayori... well, the other routes will probably be around 4 hours then as well if I can skip. Sayori... like, around double the time. I don't know how much is skippable later on. I don't know that much. But for 8 hours... 8 hours could make sense for the deadline to be the following Monday, right? Yep, let's go. I finished packing my things soon. I wave goodbye to the others as we head out to start our walk home. During the walk home, I feel Sayori gently take my hand. When I turned to her, she kept looking straight ahead, madly blushing. I smiled to myself as we keep walking. It seems that we've gotten more comfortable with showing off our affection for each other in public, even if it's something as simple as holding hands. Sayori seems to be in a really good mood today. Well, she did say me being around her helps her feel better. Granted, I have no problem spending my time around Sayori. What if this was the cure to her problems all along? Just us spending time around each other. All of her problems? No. At this rate, she should be rid of those rain clouds in no time. That's not how depression works. The support of loved ones is important, and the help of loved ones, but it's not just going to make the depression just go away. It's not just going to cure it. It's important. It can be very helpful. But she isn't going to just be rid of those rain clouds, and especially not in no time. The thought of that keeps me smiling through the duration of our walk. Eventually, we reach our houses. Hey, Chloe? Yeah, Sayori? I think I know where my poems are. I can stop by your house in a bit and drop them off if that's okay. Sarah's voice trails off. I see where she's going with this. Yeah, I'd love to have you over. I'll see you in a bit, Sayori. Okay! Sarah and I briefly embrace each other as we head back to our respective houses. I hope she can stay a little longer this time. I drop my book bag in the middle of my room and change out of my uniform. I begin looking through the messy stack of papers on my desk in an attempt to find the poems I wrote. I just hope I didn't accidentally throw them away. Monika could be disappointed. Come on. They gotta be here somewhere. Aha! There they are! I pull my poems out of my stack and start organizing them a little. Reading through them, I see how far I've progressed as a writer. My more recent poems certainly seem more developed and structured compared to the first poem I wrote. I'm also reminded of the inspiration behind all these poems. My dear Sayori. Just thinking about her allowed me to power through this arduous task. I guess I did end up writing it for her after all. Put down my poems and go to my bag to retrieve Natsuki's poems, which I put right next to mine. I noticed that in Natsuki's stack of poems, there's a pink piece of paper. I don't remember Natsuki ever writing her poems down on pink paper. Well, she probably wrote more poems than you know. On the other hand, 2 weeks? Wait, no. After the festival, there haven't been many club meetings by the sound of it. Maybe she accidentally gave me something. Before I could investigate further, I heard my doorbell ring. Oh, Sayori Scott was a lot quicker than I thought she'd be. I go downstairs to let Sayori in. Open the door to see Sayori standing outside with her poems. Hey, Chloe! I found them! She proudly hands me them. That's awesome! Thank you, Sayori. You're the best. Sarah blushes at my compliment. So, wanna come in? You'd love to. Awesome. I let Sayori into my house. I put Sayori's poems on the dining room table and join her in the living room. So, what exactly do you want to do? I've definitely got more than a few ideas in mind. Oh? And what would they be? Be? She looks at me quizzically, an obvious sense of intrigue in her eyes. Well, let me show you. We slowly shuffle closer to each other until we're close enough to feel each other's breath. Her breaths are shallow, her eyes are locked with mine. My vision feels hazy. Her eyes, have they always been that beautiful blue color? Sorry! I know he's indicating that it's like he's more focused on what shade of blue it is and that it's a unique blue color most likely, I'm assuming. But it's right when I read that, I just imagined that it's the first time he's realized her eyes are blue. That just caught me off guard. The scent of cinnamon mixed with the feeling of her soft breaths grazing my neck. Suddenly remember what I wanted to do. Remember when we had that big debate over who could get more gold trophies in Mario Kart when we were little? So I paused to remember. Yeah? Why? I think it's time to settle that debate again. Sarah giggles at my suggestion. Alright, Chloe. I'll warn you though, I won't hold back. She manages to say that in both a playful and ominous tone. Alright, Chloe. I'll warn you though, I won't hold back. I won't hold back. Growing up, Sayori and I had a bit of an annual competition to see who could get the most gold trophies in Mario Kart. Every so often we would trade the winning title, but I remember that I barely beat her out last time. We also had a tradition where the loser would have to pay for the winner's ice cream at Komoya's. Usually when Sayori would win, she'd get the most ridiculously expensive sundae, almost as a way to rub it in that she won. Usually I'd be humble and get something cheap. I'd power on my Wii and hand her one of the controllers. Seeing Mario Kart boot up on the screen again triggers a flood of memories from my childhood. It's been years since I've played this game, and even longer since Sayori and I have played it together. My skills are probably a little rusty, but I hope hers are as well. What map should we play first? Sarah shoots me a sly look. How about Rainbow Road? You really think we should start off on that map considering how long it's been? The only reason I remember it was because of how frustrating it was. It could still be fun. Unless you're too chicken. Alright, you're on. So we sit there choosing our racers. I decide to go with my old man, Luigi. As I expected, Sayori chooses Daisy, her all-time favorite. I've played Mario Kart only a few times when I was over at other people's places. I have some type of console, but I don't remember what it is. I played that when I was like very young. It has only 2 games. I don't remember the names. It's like really old. I don't know if it works anymore. But it was like the game that I have most memories of was some type of multiplayer game where you play against one another as well, and there are various mini games as well. But it's more like you use your bodies, like you need to do some type of, for example, uh, some type of movement, like jumping jacks or something to get specific points in specific tasks, or you need to like pretend to pump up a balloon. Things like that, and there were like various rooms as well with bubbles. Or I remember one of my favorite rooms was when you moved, like you were kind of like had kind of some type of rainbow glitter or something colorful on you, something rainbowy on you, and when you moved, it kind of was following you, but it didn't immediately fade. It was like you could kind of draw with your body, some type of way. I might need to check at some point. Maybe can name it in another video. I'm not playing the entire route in one video, so maybe I can check and actually tell later on in this very Sayori route. But I'll have to check. I do want to see at some point if it still works. I did think of playing it with some of my friends because they've never played it. Because when I say I played it when I was younger, I was like very young. I can't even. I know I still played it when I was 8 or 9. It had to be around that time that I still played it. Because I remember we had to move, and when we moved, when I was we moved a lot when I was 7, and then when we were at our new place, I still played it a few times with family members. So it had to still be like 8 or 9 that I played it still quite a bit. If it works, I definitely want to play it again with my friends, if only for the nostalgia and to show them the weird rainbow color room. Yeah. Well, here we go! Good luck, Chloe! The race is off. The first thing I do is fall right off the map, with Sayori quickly following. Now you see why I always hated this map. Yeah, but this is still pretty fun! A smile manages to form across my face. Sayori's always able to find the joy in almost anything. Well, early on, Sayori and I trade leads for first place. After a while, I'm able to stay in first fairly comfortably. Of course, that means I've been getting bombarded with red shells. Why do you have so many red shells? The further you are from first place, the better items you get. Oh, yeah. I need to play this more. So lets out a giggle as she throws out another red shell that nearly hits me. Nice try! However, as soon as I say that, Sarah's able to pass me. Thank you! Soon I continue to trade leads for most of the first 2 laps. Neither of us able to gain much distance on the other before the other takes the lead again. Finally, it comes down to the last stretch of the race. I'm barely in first. You can almost see the finish line. Seemingly out of nowhere, one of the NPC players start to catch up to us. In the blink of an eye, the NPC passes Sayori and is right on my tail. I don't need 2 things to worry about. Well, time to use the shells I've been saving for the end. Start throwing up my shells randomly in an effort to get the NPC and Sayori off my tail. My first shell hits the NPC successfully. Its cut quickly spirals out of control before promptly falling off the map. However, Sayori was able to dodge the other shells I threw. I look to see that I still have one left. But the finish line only about 10 seconds away, and with Sayori and I neck and neck, it's now or never that I use my last shell. Take this! In desperation, I throw my last shell out randomly. However, I come to regret that decision rather quickly. Oh crap. No! I somehow end up hitting myself with the shell I just threw. Before I know it, Sir passes me and wins the race. Yay! I won! That was something I was already invested in. I also enjoy a lot of Let's Plays of various games. It kind of gave me a similar feeling even though I was reading. So that made me very happy. I sat there absolutely stunned. I just cost myself the game. Looks like you'll have to buy me my favorite sundae again. Oh no, none of I have anything to say about it. I playfully tackle her to the floor. She giggles as she tries to get up, but fortunately, I'm too strong for her. Oh, that's the image I saw. I know that one. Back to the image saving. But I know one with her eyes open. I think I want her eyes open. Her blue eyes are beautiful. Not her ponytail, but her little side tail isn't here. Scandalous. Unforgivable. Sorry. Hey, no fair, you meanie. You promised. There you go. That's the one I saw. I think, or like something along of those lines on the. I think it was even on the download page, something like that. I'm pretty certain Monica was. She playfully pouts at me while giving me puppy eyes. Under most circumstances, they really wouldn't work on me, but for some reason today, they're super effective. I know. I'm gonna buy you whatever you want. I'm just messing with you, Sayori. So she shoots me a look of relief. So when do I get my ice cream? As soon as you can get up. So manages to put up a good effort to get up, but again, I'm too strong for her. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Sayori? Neither have you, Chloe. What do you mean? You've always been that brash, funny guy next door who always has his head in the clouds. You've always been so kind to me, even when I don't think I deserve it. You've always looked out for me. I can hear Sayori's voice starting to break. You always help me when I'm feeling down, even if you don't realize that. Try my best not to blush. Eventually I break and crack a wide grin at her. You're the reason I even get up out of bed in the morning, Chloe. You're the reason I can feel happiness and joy in my life. You're the reason I'm even alive. Even when I'm at my lowest point, my rain clouds just pour on me. You're the sunshine that I need to break them away. I see now that I'm the luckiest girl in the world to have you as my boyfriend. I see tears start to swell up in Sayori's eyes. Listening to Sayori say that really hits me hard inside. I'm the reason she's alive. There's no way she she would never. Before I can finish my train of thought, Sayori inches her face closer to mine. Chloe, Sayori's lips suddenly meet mine. Despite the sudden shock, I manage to return her kiss, our lips interlocking. The taste of peach fills my mouth as our lips push back against each other. The smell of cinnamon radiating from her hair seems to put me in a trance. I pull back and lock eyes with Sayori as she lays there with bated breath. There's a minute of silence between us as we get lost in each other's eyes. Finally, I decide to break the silence. So, well, I guess you won. Yeah, I won fair and square. I get off of Sayori and help her up. Well, I think that's enough video games for one day. Want to see what's on TV? Yeah, sure! We spent the next few hours watching some old movies and cuddling. Eventually the sun sets and it starts to get dark out. Well, better head back and start getting ready for tomorrow. Yeah, bummer that the day went by so fast. Sorry, I was just very confused because for some reason I just looked up at her face and was like, shouldn't it look different? Because I was oddly adjusted to the face of her, like, of the CG, to the point where my eyes were like, her face doesn't make sense. Yeah, bummer that. Yeah, but I'll see you tomorrow, Chloe. I had so much fun with you today. I did too, Sayori. I'll see you tomorrow. So it gives me one more hug before leaving to go back to her house. As she shuts the door, I collapse back onto my couch, exhausted by today's events. We finally kissed. I still can't believe it. I just should have seen it coming, but I'm surprised with just how well my relationship with Sayori is coming along. Even if I have no idea what I'm doing, or maybe this was what Sayori needed all along. She just wanted to be around me again. Am I really the answer to all her problems? No. Then again, I don't really know how deep her problems run. And if she's always having rain clouds when I'm not around her, Well, she should be able to talk about her problems with someone else, not just me. I'm not even entirely sure if I'm the only one who knows about her problems as well. Her parents know about this, right? Then again, Sarah's dad really isn't around too much because of his work, and her mom moved back to the countryside following that divorce. Unless Monica knows, I might be the only one she's told. I can try being around her as much as I can, but I can't be there for her 24/7. Especially if my plans for the summer still end up happening. I guess I'll have to figure something out then. But the rain clouds, no matter what, won't be gone 24/7. Even if someone else she trusts is around her, and even if she's with him, they probably wouldn't be gone entirely. Just something manageable. But they're not just going to just dissipate into nothingness every time she's around someone, and dissipate into nothingness if she's around someone constantly. Still, it was nice to spend more time around her today. Hopefully, she'll be fine for the rest of the night. Flip back on the TV and watch a few more shows before grabbing Sayori's poems off the dining table and heading up to my room. After grabbing Sayori's poems from the dining table, I put her stack right next to mine and Natsuki's. I remembered that there was something in Natsuki's stack that stood out to me. After comparing all the three stacks, I see Sayori's stack is completely identical to mine. Natsuki's stack is the only one that has a pink piece of paper. I begin to look through Natsuki's stack. As I look through her poems, I can't help but be reminded of the first time we shared. I always found joy in reading her poems. They're so simple, yet they're just as hard-hitting as Monica's, Sayori's, and Yuri's. Not to mention, I always found her word choice to be cute and adorable. It really does suit her, even if she won't admit it. Through my train of thought, one of the pieces of paper escapes my grip. I put the poems on my desk and bent down to grab the stray paper. I look at the title. I don't remember reading this one.